Hey everybody, I want to talk about something that I'm going to say it bothers me, but something that happens every once in a while, and I'd like to get your opinions about how I do things on my channel. I have people who leave me comments occasionally, send me personal messages, and I don't mind, don't get me wrong, I don't mind any of that. That's why I put my email up there and tell people to leave comments. But I occasionally make mistakes. I occasionally don't get the whole story. Either I didn't look deeply enough, or I just didn't know, couldn't find the information, whatever. And sometimes these people, and again, no one's ever been a butthole about it, but I'm figuring out that there are a lot of perfectionists out there. And some people say, well, you should have put the exact date this happened, or you missed this, there was this piece that you didn't get, or this wasn't what this place was, or whatever. Doesn't really matter. And all I have to say in my own defense is that I'm not a professional researcher. I'm just a guy who used to work for the railroad, started a YouTube channel as a hobby. The things I do aren't documentaries. I always try to be as informed as I can. A lot of the things that I start, a lot of the pieces that I do, I can't find much research material on it. And I have found in the past, over the time since I've been doing this, that a lot of research material is incorrect in itself. I've quoted things right straight out of source material, and people say, wait a minute, that's not right. Then they'll send me a link to something that that is obviously correct. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that. And some of these people who write books, articles, a lot of that is what I use for source material. And it's not always accurate. Most of it is. But it's not always accurate, and that's okay. I get that too. Most of these people who wrote these books aren't authors. They're just history buffs like me, and they write these books and they make these videos, whatever it is that they do, and they're just like me. They do the best job they can. And usually if I make a mistake and catch it before editing, I will and have actually gone back out, put on the same shirt that I had in the video, go out and try to find the exact same place I was standing and reshoot that piece. There have been times when I didn't feel like doing that, so I just sat right here or out on my porch or in my garage and shot a piece that explained what was really going on. And if I don't catch it until editing, then I always try to put a text in there where I made the mistake to correct what that is. On my latest one was the Les Combs tour of his little place up there by Tehachapi, and his in-scale layout in the caboose. When I said these were color light signals, they were obviously searchlight signals, but I didn't catch that until I was editing it. And I was embarrassed. I'm a signalman. But I put in there, it's a searchlight signal. I always try to correct myself. I never see a mistake and just leave it there intentionally. There have been pieces I did where I forgot to include certain facts about, one of them was the history of the loop, another one was the history of the helper service. There were things that I just plain forgot. I don't write scripts. I check my source material. I have a really good memory, and I check all that, and I pretty much shoot from the hip. And I don't have a teleprompter. It's not something I can use out in the field. I probably wouldn't anyway. I prefer to just say what I gotta say. But I always try to be accurate, and I always try to be thorough. That doesn't always happen. So I'm going to apologize for the mistakes that I've made, and I will apologize in advance for the mistakes I'm sure that I will continue to make. Always feel free to comment on something if I've made a mistake, or if there's something that something that you would like to add. Because in a couple of cases, people have brought things up in comments and in emails that I completely overlooked that ended up being another whole story that I ended up doing a whole other video on, rather than just going in and trying to fix what was there. So always let me know what you think. But I'm sorry if I'm not perfect, but this is a hobby to me. I love you subscribers. My wife bought me a t-shirt that says, I do it for the subscribers. And it's true. I do this stuff for you guys, you rail fans. Every time I shoot something with a train in it, I do it for you guys. Like I've said in the past, I'm not really what you would consider a rail fan. I love the history of the railroad. I think that the railroad itself is a fascinating industry, but I shoot those trains for you folks. A lot of those don't get very many views. I got one that I did on Tunnel 2, part of the 180-degree curves. I did that almost a year ago. It's a long time ago. And it still only has like 40 views. But that's okay. I don't put those up there to get 1 million views. I put them up there so rail fans can see them and enjoy them. And I do my history things for rail fans if it involves a railroad, or for the straight up history buffs like me. I love doing that stuff. But as I said, I'm not always perfect. I don't always have all the information. And as I said, I think I did a post on Facebook about it actually, about how time consuming this is. You know, coming up with ideas, doing the research with the material I have at hand, scouring the internet for certain things, and then going out and shooting the videos, reshooting videos. Then I got to come home and take all this stuff off my camera, move it over to a flash drive, because if I tried to use it off my camera, my phone is my camera, it tries to take everything off my phone. It would take me a week to do one video. So I pull that off my camera, put it on a flash drive, then I have to take, and that takes a long time, and then I have to edit it. And some of these things, I've got one that I'm getting ready to edit right now that has 23 segments that I'm going to have to put together, and each of those segments, that it'll all have to be edited. It's going to take me a long time. I don't care, but it is time consuming, and I don't always have time to spend 24 hours scouring this, that, and the other to get an exact date. I don't think most of you care about that kind of stuff, about exact dates or a railroad exact mileposts. If you get hold of me and ask me if I can come up with an exact milepost or a length of a tunnel. I had a subscriber recently ask me that. You know, he was looking for specific information for a model railroad, and I went and scrounged up a timetable and got hold of the maintainer of the territory and got that information for him. I'll always do that for you guys. If there's any way possible I can come up with that information or follow through with an idea to make a video that you want to see, I will do it. I never blow any of you guys off. So feel free to comment, feel free to correct me, feel free to ask me to do things for you, and I'll do whatever I can, but I'm not always going to be right. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. I really hope I am. I hope I'm getting some stuff out there that everyone likes, or that most everyone likes. So like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we will see you all later as correctly as I can get it. See ya.